Welcome back, adventurers. Today it's time to talk about leveling in Dragon Quest Infinity Strash, and like I promised, I'll share the best area that I found to level up, at least in your first playthrough, that got me from level 23ish all the way to level 50 plus in less than an hour, barely noticing it, and will prepare you to get into endgame and challenge mode if you fancy that kind of content. So first, the trick to level up fast is the same as in almost every single Dragon Quest. It's the well-known metal slimes you can encounter on your missions, who upon defeat will give you around 400 experience per metal slime, I think, which is a significant chunk of experience until you get to the later levels in challenge mode. The challenge with metal slimes is of course killing them before they would escape, as you will be constantly missing your attacks and rely on RNG, but in the Temple of Recollection you can actually farm a couple of memory bonds in the very first layers even, so very early right off the bat, that give you guaranteed damage against metal slimes, such as the one called the Boy Living on Monster Island, so as preparation for my level guide I'd recommend getting at least one of these memory bonds first. Once you have the memory bond, my experience is that the story is relatively smooth and goes really easily all the way until chapter 5, and I specifically don't recommend grinding levels until this point, as it really doesn't feel efficient nor it is necessary to enjoy the game, and instead just progress the story. So for the best results, I recommend just getting to chapter 5 with the pace you enjoy and prefer. Once you're in chapter 5, I have compared all the side missions even in chapter 6 and 7 and even the beginning of challenge mode, and by far the most efficient and best side mission to level up has been this one called the Dragon Legion Advances, the very first side quest available in chapter 5, which puts you up against two classic Dragon Quest dragons to defeat them. This side quest actually has multiple parts after it if you complete it, but they are much longer and drag on without giving you more experience, as it seems in Infinity Strash it isn't the monsters that give you the experience but rather the mission completion itself, with the exception of metal slimes. So overall the time to complete and reward ratio seems to be the best in this mission, even until much later in challenge mode. What makes this mission though the best by far is that for whatever reason, this side quest seems to have an increased spawn rate of metal slimes, and 1 out of 3 attempts most likely you will see a group of 3 metal slimes spawning at the back of the area, and some even after defeating a dragon, which increases the base experience of 800 XP up to above 2000 even if you're lucky, making this mission even better for boosting your experience, considering you can complete it within 30 seconds or so as you get stronger. And that's exactly why this mission remains the best for a long time even in challenge mode, as while yes, the experience you get from missions does increase to 2000 or 4000 in challenge mode, the missions are also much harder and it takes a long time to complete them, versus the 30 seconds or so it takes to just defeat the dragons and the metal slimes that appear with them. In my experience when I found this, I literally leveled up from I believe level 23 to 50 or 52 in less than an hour. I think it was even faster than that, and I was mind blown how fast and efficient it was, and got me ready to tackle and progress in challenge mode immediately, where I believe the very same mission is going to be the best way to level once again if I get there, but I'm not that far in challenge mode yet. Though do mind that challenge mode is much harder content, and before you can progress there you will 100% have to progress and maximize your team within the Temple of Recollection to level up your memory bonds and skills, otherwise you'll be in a very rough situation progressing it, especially if you haven't been practicing proper dodge and guard techniques. But all in all, that is it for this super quick and brief guide on what I found to be the best leveling spot for your campaign in Infinity Strash to get ready for challenge mode. Do let me know if this helps or helped you, or you agree with my views on the dragon mission, and if you found a better spot, also share it with us, but I tested everything in the first story mode and I really haven't found anything that even comes close. Hope you're all enjoying Infinity Strash. That's a wrap for this video. Like and subscribe for more Dragon Quest in the future, especially monsters later this year, as I'll be covering that too. Take care everyone, and I'll see you the next time.